In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on October 22nd, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Toronto Raptors versus Miami Heat. The Heat and Raptors square off on Saturday, October 22nd. Both teams lost by single digits on Friday. The Raptors lost a close game to Brooklyn, while the Heat is still searching for their first win of the season. Looking at the betting trends, the Raptors are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games playing on 0 days rest, and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games against a team with a losing home record. The Heat are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 home games, 2-6 against the spread in their last 8 games playing on 0 days rest, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a winning record. Head-to-head, the over is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall. Miami is disorganized and struggling to start the season as they have losses to Chicago and Boston. The Raptors won versus the Cavs and lost close to the Nets on Friday night. Toronto's Siakam was amazing as he scored 37 points in the defeat. The Heat have shown that they cannot defend against the superstars so far. They allowed Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to combine for 57 points on Friday. If the Heat is not careful, Siakam and Fred VanVleet can do the same thing. The Miami Heat are the better team, but they've been rocky through 2 games, especially on the defensive side. The Heat also played last night and went with a small rotation. We could see tired legs from the Heat here, and of course that would lead to more defensive issues. The Toronto Raptors and their size and length has also given the Heat issues in the past. This will be a close contest, but Siakam and VanVleet will steal the show and power the Raptors to an away W and push Miami's record to 0-3. So the Toronto Raptors to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Siakam and VanVleet can score the ball in bunches, especially from behind the 3-point line. The Heat have struggled to shoot the 3-pointer well in the first 2 games, but they have scored when the clock has stopped via the free throw line. Miami has scored a combined 35 points from both of their games from the charity stripe. The over is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings these 2 teams have faced each other. The over is 40-19-1 in the Heat's last 60 games playing on 0 days rest. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Chicago Bulls. This Saturday, the Cleveland Cavaliers will travel to Chicago to take on the Chicago Bulls. Tip-off will be inside the United Center. The season is still young, as both of these teams are looking to get hot. There's a long way to go, but neither of these teams will want to drop this game. The Cleveland Cavaliers are coming into this one after dropping their first game of the season to the Toronto Raptors. They were efficient on the offensive side of the floor, but they still came up short. Their offseason additions also looked great, as Donovan Mitchell finished with 31 points. He will look to stay hot in this one as well. The Chicago Bulls are entering this game after taking down the Miami Heat 116-108. They also look great on the offensive end of the floor as they scored the 7th most points to start the year. DeMar DeRozan picked up right where he left off as he dropped 37 points on Miami. The Cavaliers are 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 road games and 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games overall. The Bulls are 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 home games and 9-19 against the spread in their last 28 games overall. The over is 11-5 in Cavaliers' last 16 overall. The under is 5-1 in Bulls' last 6 overall. The Cavaliers are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Chicago and 15-34 against the spread in the last 49 meetings. The Cavaliers suffered a tough 108-105 opening night loss in Toronto a couple of days ago and are now looking to bounce back as they hit the road and travel to Chicago. It will be anything but easy as they've lost 7 of the last 10 meetings with the Bulls, including 3 in a row last season. The biggest issue this team has had during that stretch of games is scoring, as they've averaged only 96 points per game. Having a player like Donovan Mitchell should fix that issue. He had 31 in his debut for his new team. The defense will need to pick up though, especially on the rebounding side of things as they grabbed only 38 of them against Toronto. Another issue the Cavs will have here is the absence of Darius Garland, who is out with an eye issue from the Raptors game. Chicago surprised a lot of people with their opening night victory at Milwaukee, especially since they were without Zach LaVine, who is still out with a knee issue. They cooled off a bit last night in Washington as they fell 102-100 on the road, and now they take on Cleveland on a second night of a back-to-back, which could pose problems. DeMar DeRozan is doing his bit, scoring over 30 in both games so far, but the Bulls will need someone else to step up if they want to beat this Cavaliers team. One stat that jumped out to me here is Chicago's home form against the spread. They are 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games at the United Center, which is concerning. They've also had their fair share of issues against East teams, winning just twice in the last 11 attempts. There's a good chance LaVine comes back here. That would be a huge boost to Chicago's chances. DeRozan has looked unstoppable in both games played so far. I rate the Bulls' chances highly at home in this one. I get the Chicago Bulls are banged up and back-to-backs are tough when dealing with an incomplete roster. The Cleveland Cavaliers have a clear rest advantage here. However, the Bulls are a shot away from being undefeated through 2 games, and DeRozan is looking at winning Player of the Week with the way he's putting this club on his back. The Cavaliers are still figuring out how to play with their new pieces. The Bulls are being undervalued by oddsmakers early in the season, so the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Scoring has been an issue for both sides in this matchup. They are averaging a combined 202 points per game in the last 3 meetings, with the total finishing under in 2 of those games. If we expand that to the last 8 games between the two teams, the total is 6-2 in favor of the under. Not having Garland will once again be an issue here for Cleveland. The Bulls have a few really solid wing defenders who can slow down Mitchell, and if that happens, the Cavs could struggle finding the net here. It is a small sample size, but Chicago has the 7th lowest adjusted defensive rating in the league at the moment, as I see them locking up the Cavs in this game. Cleveland has scored 94, 91, and 104 points in the last 3 meetings with the Bulls. Let's follow with the trends. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Houston Rockets versus Milwaukee Bucks. It's the Memphis Grizzlies home opener, and they welcome the Houston Rockets to Pfizer Forum. The hosts have played just 1 game, escaping Philadelphia with a 2-point victory after entering 4.5-point underdogs. Houston will be playing the second half of their first back-to-back nights of basketball. On Friday night, they played their home opener versus Memphis. They narrowly won against the spread in their season opener versus Atlanta, losing 117-107 while getting 10.5. Milwaukee, favored in their last 5 meetings, once again enters as the team to beat in the one. The Rockets are 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 road games and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Bucks are 1-7-1 against the spread in their last 9 home games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games playing on 1 day's rest. The over is 6-2 in Rockets' last 8 overall. The under is 11-2 in Bucks' last 13 overall. The Rockets are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings. The Milwaukee Bucks are head and shoulders the better team here, obviously, but they're still a banged-up team and looked sluggish offensively in their opener. The Houston Rockets can be sloppy and go through the motions at times, but they can fill it up offensively, and they have oodles of athletes that can give an older team like the Bucks some trouble. The Rockets put up a good fight against the Grizzlies last night thanks to big games from Green and Sengun, but they're going to need all of that and more to hang with the Bucks, who have the advantage of home court and an extra day's rest. As I've said before, throughout the preseason especially, the Rockets won't win much, but they can cover numbers just by scoring a bunch. I would be shocked if the Rockets pulled off the upset here, but the Bucks are 1-7-1 against the spread in their last 9 home games, and I think that trend continues here as the Rockets hang around long enough to get the backdoor cover on the road. Lots of points here. I'll take them. So the Houston Rockets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Rockets put up a big number against Memphis Friday night, but after traveling Saturday to Milwaukee and facing one of the top defensive teams in the NBA, they will struggle to score points. That said, they will keep it close enough because Milwaukee is without one of its main weapons, Tris Middleton, and they won't need to score much more than 115 to win, as they will be able to hold Houston to the low 100s in points. Also, the under is 5-1 in the Rockets' last 6 road games, while the under is 7-1 in the Bucks' last 8 home games versus a team with a losing road record. This total looks way too high. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.